Hello and welcome to Internet Culture. I am Mark Tasman. How do you make decisions about technology? What is a philosophy of technology? This video corresponds with Chapter 2 from the book Internet Culture. Philosophies of technologies are positions that articulate value systems or narratives. A narrative is a story, but it's one connected or situated in other social practices, like proverbs like "a penny saved is a penny earned," or "the early bird gets the worm." These proverbs communicate and reinforce certain value systems related to frugality and hard work. But narratives also include the multi-billion-dollar industries of the motion picture and video game industries. There are more than two ways to think about and approach decisions associated with technology, but we can look at a pair of opposite points of view. Determinism.
It is your destiny.
It's not exactly saying the same thing that our destinies are predetermined, more so that we're powerless in spite of our real or perceived abilities to choose or to take action.
In a way, you have determined the choice.
So you might think of this as a tic-tac-toe game. You know, you get to a certain point in tic-tac-toe and you can see either that the other person is going to win because you forgot to put your piece in the corner or the center, or that you can see it's going to be a draw. A champion of the deterministic philosophy of technology is Marshall McLuhan, a Canadian media theorist. Marshall McLuhan said the medium is the message. The message of any given medium is the change of scale or pace or pattern that it introduces into human affairs. He was famous for his style, his sharp wit, his aphoristic sayings, such as, "The chicken was the egg's idea for getting more eggs." Think about it. Kidding. The flip side of this type of philosophy of technology is the instrumentalist argument, championed by Raymond Williams. He said it must be seen as being looked for and developed with particular purposes in mind. So McLuhan might say that when Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, Edison was opening a Pandora's box that made possible and inevitable other kinds of innovations, such as the electrical grid, brain surgery, night baseball, rooms without windows, television, computers, the internet. Other media theorists that I would put in the instrumentalist camp are authors such as John Tagg or Jeffrey Batchen, who are writing about photography and this idea of the democratization of the image. Basically an instrumentalist argument, because it shows that the Industrial Revolution did not make photography inevitable. It was a concoction of all kinds of forces, including technological advances, including social factors, which made the invention of photography possible, but it was by people who saw an opportunity and saw that that tool, photography, that instrument, would fulfill a need. People wanted to have images of themselves as a way of making and elevating and asserting their social class. If you think about it, before the advent of photography, really only noble people had portraits of themselves and their ancestors in their homes. The Industrial Revolution and other social factors made it possible for these people to exert power, to realize, the inventors to realize that there was a market for such a thing, and photography spread that way as fulfilling a particular need or desire. We animate the tools, not the other way around. Technology does not animate people. So in that way, Williams and any other instrumentalist would say the camera is just a tool. The camera did not take over our lives. It's not controlling our behavior.
But first, let me take a selfie.
Instrumentalism is a philosophical position that thinks not only of physical tools, but imagines scientific theories also as being used as instruments to measure, to reason, to get at truth, or to control experiences.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
But values are not just derived from scientific experimentation. We have a long history as a civilization of storytelling and becoming involved in these narratives. This and more to be discussed in part 2, including utopias, dystopias, is Princess Leia a Luddite? And why are 10,000 maniacs singing about planned obsolescence?